On today's stream, I ranked your favorite movies. Now, I consider myself a bit of a film nerd. I even have a letterbox. So I like to think I know what I'm talking about when it comes to film. So I allowed you guys to send me your favorite ones to see whether I think you have taste. And to demonstrate that, I ranked them from S to F. Now, I've done plenty of streams like this in the past where I've ranked songs or playlists or other things. So if this is the type of content you enjoy, then you should definitely subscribe, because there is going to be plenty more of this sort of stuff uploaded to the channel, as well as plenty of backlog to watch as well. And of course, you should go follow the Twitch, because if I do a stream like this again, then I'll be able to rank your favorite movie live. But of course, I get you don't always have the time to come to the live stream, so subbing here means you never miss the uploaded VODs. Anyways, all that being said, I hope you enjoy this stream. We're going to be ranking the movies S to F as to whether they are good and pog or bad and shit. I don't have a fart sound effect on my sound, but I wanted to go, but all I had was like, doesn't really work. Imagine your fart sounded like that. That'd be awful. Every time you got a fart, it goes, everyone knows, because it's fucking loud as shit. Like, I'm like, oh, sorry, chat, I just got a, I'm like, oh, sorry, I just feel a little bit.
Don't forget to mog today.
I mog every day. Anyway, well, imagine that happened. Imagine. Sorry. Anyway, weird. What weird little detail. I'm fine. I hope you guys are all well. No swearing, my mum said. No, I'm not swearing. I was farting. Saltburn, I'm crying. What? I've not watched Saltburn yet. If anyone's put Saltburn, I'm sorry. I won't know what to say. Though I know about the cum, I think. I've heard there's cum. It's all right. Anyway, should we rank the first movie we've got, which is, oh, we've been graced with a classic. We have been graced with an actual classic. This is a 2006 animated classic. People say, oh, what is this? What is this? Claymation? No, it's actually CGI that's made to look like claymation. That's right. I'm talking about from the creators of Shrek and Wallace and Gromit. 2006 is Flushed Away. What a masterpiece. I love Flushed Away.
Hi,
I'm going to say it.
I'm excited to see what movies people have sent in.
Hey, so am I. And I'm very excited about this. Some people are saying S tier. Now, do I think that Flushed Away is truly an S tier film? Probably not. Do I think it's a fucking great kids movie that I thoroughly enjoyed? And I seem to remember being genuinely funny, as well as having some great, like the rolling on a river scene and shit. I'm gonna say it. I don't think it's an S tier. You know, is it? You know, as Martin Scorsese would say, is this cinema? Maybe not. Is this, however, a fucking good film? Yes, it is. A film that I remember. I mean,
what's your fav chocolate bald man?
No, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it. My boyfriend looks like the main guy from Flushed Away. I remember the McDonald's tie-in toys. I remember the fact that I had the frog and I had Rita. I had the Rita toy. And I'll keep this between me and you because my girlfriend's in the other room. But when I was young, I had a crush on the Lady Mouse. And some may say that this is fate, as I have a ginger girlfriend, and the mouse is ginger. But, oh, I burped, I apologize. But, I think this is worth acknowledging. Why did someone say, of course you did, as if I'm like, I have a mental illness? That's just rude. Like, you've got a type? Yeah, I know. But anyway, Flushed Away. Flushed Away, a classic. I'm gonna say it. There was a lad in my school that looked a little bit like the fucking evil greasy fat rat. I don't remember his name, but he was fucking awful. And he loved eating fucking cheese puffs. What's it? Ah! It's horrible. I hate What's-Its, by the way. Or like, I don't know what Americans. It's like cheese puffs. I fucking hate them. I hate those with a passion. I really, really don't like them. And that fucker was eating them. So we're going to put it in A tier. I mean, yeah, A tier. That's what I meant. God, you can hardly fucking see what the things are. That's fine. It's there. Flushed Away. Great. I read it alive. Thank you for the £5.
Hey,
what are you saying?
Taco. Just wanted to thank you for the support yesterday.
Oh, you're welcome.
I genuinely appreciate everything so much, and am glad I can help raise money for this amazing charity.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even look. How much did the charity thing go up? By the way, so if you want to type exclamation point charity in the chat, at the end of every stream currently, I am raiding people who use hashtag Team Manifold in their Twitch title to raise money for my charity fundraiser for the American Heart Association. If you want to help out, type exclamation point charity in the chat. You'll go to this website here. You can click support this campaign. Oh, a little bit more money raised. Aurelia Live raised $110. Now, that does mean that they raised some money. I realized one of them was me, but, like, still, fucking thank you for doing that. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who has, like, raised money for this cause. Like, just seeing them all come in, it is really, really, like, it's really cool. Thank you for doing it. But anyway, appreciate you guys a lot. I don't have money. You don't have to donate money. I'm not asking you to give money to charity. I'm asking you to do your own fundraiser. Go live. Ask your own communities to go live. Ask your friends to give you some money. You know, you may watch me, but your friends might not, and they might have money they're willing to give to a good cause. It ain't about me. Anyway, we should probably move on to the next movie. But yeah, I will be rating someone just like that yesterday, so do keep an eye out for that. The next movie in this list. Ooh, okay. All right. The next movie in the list is 2005's White Chicks. Now, I don't know if any of you have seen White Chicks. I've never actually, you know what? I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. I've never realized...
Already?
Pardon? 21 months already? Thank you, Kira. Now, I'm going to probably... I haven't seen White Chicks in a very long time. And I'm going to... I had no idea that they were actually brothers. I don't even remember if they were brothers in the movie or not. I didn't realize it was Shawn Wayans and Marlon Wayans. I remember it was Marlon Wayans. I don't remember that it was... I don't remember it was his brother. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen White Chicks. I'm going to argue that it probably hasn't aged the best. I feel like some of the humor has probably not aged all that well. I remember at the time I watched this movie, I quite enjoyed it. But that was probably also when I was roughly 13. And I feel like... I don't remember... Yo, let's watch the trailer. Yeah, that's how we do it. Let's watch the trailer and refresh ourselves on White Chicks. White Chicks trailer. 2004? I thought... Alright, this person just got the year wrong. I said it was 2005. Alright, let's see. Because, like, look. I remember that Terry Crews was in it and he really wants to fuck... So, if you haven't seen... There's these... The movie basically follows these two cops. These guys are African-American cops. But they must go under disguise as two white women. These are African-American men pretending to be white women. That's sort of the crux of the joke. But Terry Crews... Now, he wants to have sex with one of the white women. But little does he know that it's not really a white woman. This is the crux of the joke. For it is assumed that he's not someone who likes to have sex with men. And he is inadvertently trying to have sex with men. This is the joke. So, yeah, it's, you know, in the end, he doesn't care. No, I think he does care, but I don't think he cares that he's a man. I think he cares about the other altered factor. And I suppose the joke is supposed to be that that's an odd stance for him to take, given his own background. I think is you know, I think that's the joke, if I remember. But it's also... Let's watch the trailer. Let's refresh ourselves, eh? Let's Yeah, I think he was more... Yeah, I think the whole thing in the movie is that he's not upset that he's a dude, but he is upset that he's not white. which obviously Terry Crews being a black guy, I suppose is like an odd thing. It was an interesting, let's just watch the trailer. Oh, wow, the slow motion freeze was a powerful opening for this trailer. Wow. Oh, put it in F. Put the fucking movie in F. Put the movie in F. I don't want to see it anymore. I don't want to see it. That whole scene ruined it. That ruined it. That was fucking atrocious. No, put the whole movie in F. Condemned to F for that. That was awful. I didn't like that at all. The crunching sound as he crunched his own fucking toenail. Fuck off. Fuck off. That was awful. I'm sorry. I don't care. None of the jokes there were particularly well done. All the jokes, the joke was, they aren't acting much like ladies. Or, remember, they're not really white women. Like, I feel like it kind of, maybe there's better jokes that I'm forgetting, but the trailer did not do it justice. And then he crunched on his fucking toenail. So I'm good. I'm good on it. I don't need to watch it again. I've decided White Chicks is not on my rewatch list. It's ASMR. You're disgusting. Okay. Oh, another classic from, even though that White Chicks ended up being from 2004, not 2005. This one is a 2005 classic. And it is a really good movie, actually. It's a very fucking good film. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but
Tucker 52 crankin' at blip_blep.
Based off of a DC comic, I believe made by the same writer who made one of my favorite graphic novels. Well, I've never actually read a graphic novel, but graphic novels that was then adapted into a film. Stick the music back on. I spat on the microphone. That's gross. Made by that. Let me just double check. It was Alan Moore. You see, Alan Moore wrote Watchmen, and he also wrote this, and they both were adapted into fantastic films. This is V for Vendetta, which I've never actually read the graphic novel. I've watched the movie. I fucking really enjoyed V for Vendetta a lot. It's been a long time. It's been a very long time, to the point where, like, I'm struggling to, like, nail where, like, I would put it. It's like B or up. Like, I remember it was good, but, like, how good and whether there was any, like, I don't remember. Like, I don't remember it quite well enough. But I do remember. I was like, this guy was really, really fascinating. The sort of, like, who he was behind the mask and stuff I always found really intriguing. And that sort of, like, will they, won't they, of whether they'd reveal it. Natalie Portman, I remember, did a really good job. I remember being really, like, emotionally into it. I remember it having a very emotionally compelling backstory for Mr. I think his name just V? Am I right in saying that? It's been, again, very long time. We can watch the trailer for it again. We'll watch the trailer for it. But yeah, very, very long time since I've seen this. But as I say, remember it being a great film. You know what also is great? This Kit video from 3 days ago, Are You Smarter Than a 10-Year-Old, that I feature in? Great video. I'm going to say it. We had a blast filming that video. Billy Shadow Apples really steals the show. He is fucking hilarious in that video. I'm going to say it. Do go check that out if you haven't already. Real, I watched that. I might even watch it at the end of the stream. I might do a little reaction to it at the end.
29 months, no way. I am a big fan of the Hercules movie and also Pink Gin, but that's not a movie.
Pink Gin isn't a movie. But, well, maybe there is a movie called Pink Gin, but I don't know it. Let's watch V for Vendetta's trailer, shall we? V for Vendetta. Not ending. Trailer. Because it's kind of set in like a sort of like almost like 1984 kind of like under very strict political ruling Britain, I believe. Again, this is like from memory. It's been a very long time. I lived at home when I watched it. I watched it with my dad. That Schlatt thing? What are you talking about? What are you guys talking about? Oh! That is a thumbnail. I'm not even sure I can show that on stream again. Whoa! Well, I'm just gonna stick on the trailer for V for Vendetta. See if it jogs my memory as to what went off. Because I must admit, it's loose. It's a loose memory I've got of this movie.
Do you know why you're here, Evie Hammond?
It is London.
You're formally charged with treason, terrorism, and sedition, the penalty for which is death by firing squad. You have one chance, and only one chance, to save your life. You must tell us the identity or whereabouts of Codename V. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yes.
Are you ready to cooperate?
No.
I do remember this. Why does she look like you? You can fuck off, my friend. You can fuck off. All right? I don't want none of it. I don't want none of the comparisons. I'm not in the film. I'm not in the film. That's Natalie Portman. I'm not in the film. Just because Natalie Portman has a shaved head and sunken cheeks in the movie, and frankly quite tired eyes, all right, doesn't mean I am Natalie Portman or she is me. We are not each other. I want to rewatch this film, though. It's a fucking excellent film.
There is something terribly wrong with this country.
Whoa! Excuse me, miss.
I'm sorry.
Not yet, you're not, but you will be. The only verdict is vengeance. A vendetta. If our own government was responsible for the deaths of 100,000 people, would you really want to know?
You're getting back at them for what they did to you.
Fear became the ultimate tool of this government.
I want everyone to remember why they need us.
I wish I wasn't afraid all the time.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Government should be afraid of their people. This is exactly what he wants. Chaos.
Yeah, I kind of roughly remember that this guy's sort of thing was to overthrow the government and get back at them because he'd been tested on by them in some capacity. I don't really remember what they'd done to him or why. And obviously the trailer's not going to show us that. I do remember that this is him, though. Like, that's the guy behind the mask, and there was something to do with fire.
Average business Jack, are you silly or goofy?
I would say I'm goofy. I'd say I'm more goofy than silly, but that's okay. No, I'd say I'm silly, actually. Goofy implies no, I'm silly. I've completely... Silly implies a whimsy to it. It's done for fun, where goofy implies that one is to their detriment, a fool. I would say I'm silly, actually. That was not a great bit of computer graphics. That wasn't either. Great film, but yeah. Whew. I believe Stephen Fry's in it as a gay person, because I think they've outlawed being gay in it. V for Vendetta. Am I right in saying he was? He is! Yes! Yes. Yes. Okay. So I do kind of remember the film. It's very good. I'm remembering it being very good. I think it had a lot to say. Stephen Fry is an IRL gay person. He didn't have to act much. Well, I think he still had to act. I just don't think he had to act being gay. I think he still did a lot of acting. Because I believe he's like, you know, I don't think in real life, he lives in the real UK where I'm pretty sure it's all right being gay. Where in this, it was an outlawed thing. And he's like in hiding. I believe. I believe I'm right in saying that. I'm going to put there. I'm too scared to put it in S tier. Because I don't... am I? No, I think I am. No, I don't think I am. I don't remember any faults, really. I'm sure there are. I'm sure there's criticisms of this film. But I just don't remember any. Like, I just remember really, really enjoying it. Some people are saying A, though. I'm like, I think B's harsh. Because I remember it being better than that. I remember it being at least as good as Flushed Away. Let's go for A. Let's go for A. Let's be safe with it. I don't remember it well enough to do S and have confidence behind it. But A, I do. I remember it being a good fucking film. I do remember it being a very good film.
My favorite film is Hot Fuzz. I'm
now going to out myself as being, like, the worst British person ever. I've never watched Hot Fuzz. I've never watched any of the Cornetto trilogy. And I know I should. Because especially Hot Fuzz. But I've not seen Shaun of the Dead. I've not seen Hot Fuzz. And I've not seen whatever World's End, is it? I've not seen any of the three. I really should. I realise that is like a terrible thing for me as like a British person who also just loves Simon Pegg. Like Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. You know, the only Simon Pegg and Nick Frost movie I've watched is fucking Paul. And I'm going to say it. I think Paul's a good film, but I imagine if you compare it to the Cornetto trilogy, it probably fucking sucks. But I remember Paul being sick. Actually, I watched Paul. Paul was the first film me and Eleanor watched together, and by that I mean Eleanor fell asleep and I watched Paul. But I feel like Paul is probably weak when compared to those movies. Paul, however, I put Paul in B tier. I actually have a letterbox ranking for Paul, so I can go a bit more accurate. If I've got a letterbox ranking for it, then I can go proper accurate with where I put it. And Paul, I feel like would sit. Let me have a look. What did I rank Paul? In my diary. Paul. About a year ago. September 2022. I rank Paul 3 stars. I think that's easily a B. B tier film, 3 stars. Paul is B. In fact, we're going to whack it in. It wasn't even on the list. But we're talking about it now, so let's throw it in the tier list. Paul 2011. That's an easy B tier movie. It's fine. It's perfectly funny. Not terrible. It's not great either. It's like there's nothing special about it particularly, but it's a perfectly funny like sit down and watch a movie.
Practical effects age better than visual effects.
Oh well, of course.
Technology for making visual effects has continued to improve over time. But for practical effects, we use the same techniques we've used for years generally, so it looks less dated.
Oh, I know, and that's why still to this day, pretty much practical effects always. I think there's very few examples of which digital effects look better than practical in most cases. I mean, that's why, like, fucking Oppenheimer was, like, the nuclear bomb shots were pretty much all practical, as far as I know. I'm sure some of them weren't, but the vast majority. They looked great. Oppenheimer was a great movie. But anyway, Paul 2011, it's a B-tier film. Let's go back into the list, shall we? See what else people like. It's just... This is one of my... So I've only ranked... I can't type. This is not... What do they put this down as? 2009. It is 2009. This is... I love Wes Anderson. I really do like Wes Anderson. A lot of people say cinematography's boring. I think they're completely wrong. I really, really like it. It feels so cleanly. I really like it. I think it's all so clean. I've always said, I think Wes Anderson has a very neurodivergent film style. And I love it. I love the way his films look. Grand Budapest Hotel is just a gorgeous film. I fucking love it. I love the way it looks. But I see so many people these days, and I think they're just trying to be contrarian, being like, oh, they're boring. Like, no, they're not. They're flat. They look flat. His movies look like drawings, but they look too... I always think he makes 3D... He makes 3 dimensions look flat. I think that looks sick. I think you're silly. His movies are giving so autism. I've seen this said. I'm not autistic. I don't feel like I'm fully qualified to speak about it. I probably got pretty. I got ADHD, I think. I haven't had that diagnosed yet. I keep putting it off. Probably because of the whole ADHD thing. But I do really fucking love his films. And this one is no fucking exception. Fantastic Mr. Fox is I think I've ranked on Letterboxd 2 films 5 stars. I believe. I'll double check that, but I believe I've only ever ranked 2 films as being 5-star movies. And that, because I only will rank a movie 5 stars if I find that I cannot name a single flaw. I can't name a single flaw. Like, I couldn't name anything that could have been done better. I think it's a perfect adaptation of a good story that is told well It's told in a way that appeals to both children, which is obviously the original target demographic, as well as adults. I think there's some great fucking jokes in there that like adults can appreciate. I think it looks gorgeous. I really like the format. It looks a bit uncanny, but like I like that. I feel it's intentional. I fucking love it. It's an S tier film. It's like one of great cast as well. It almost feels wasted, the fact that you don't always know that it's them. You get lost in the roles too much. The only one the only one I can't shake is George Clooney. Fucking perfect casting choice. But like all the others, I feel like you lose them in their characters. Like I really don't like I didn't even fucking know Meryl Streep was in the film. I know who she plays now. I can think about it, but like you just lose people in their characters. I think it's fucking amazing. It's so good. It's such a good film. I could go on about it forever. Like I actually, can we watch the trailer? Yeah, we can watch the trailer. For fun, we can watch the trailer. Because I adore that film. Wholeheartedly, I adore it. It's called Fantastic Mr. Fox. I was like, okay, what's it called though? What are we talking about? Fantastic Mr. Fox. Let's watch the trailer. Official theatrical trailer. 2 minutes and 31 seconds of bliss. I fucking love this film. Wrong scene.
Welcome to the fantastic world of Mr. Fox.
Woo! Should we dance?
His life is fantastic.
I love it. I love how flat everything looks. Yeah, it's all three-dimensional.
Craziness.
I just love the perfect, like, head height, flat on shot. I think it's...
Life is fantastic.
If what I think is happening, it better not be.
His neighbors, not so fantastic.
No, I know.
August, Bunce, and Bean, three of the meanest, nastiest, ugliest farmers in his valley.
What was that?
They're digging us out. But they're about to discover.
Oh, Foxy. Is help on the way?
He's one.
You know what I learned? I learned this about this movie. I learned this. I've also been asked to check DMs, which I will quickly. Ooh, that's cool. I've just been sent a video we should watch. Thank you, Robbo. I learned this recently. So all the fur on the puppets is real animal hair. And Wes Anderson was advised against using it because if you watch, they kind of have every puppet has this little wriggling look to them. All their fur is constantly shifting.
Wild animal craziness.
His wife is fantastic.
Like
If
watch.
what I think is happening, it better not be.
See what I mean? Like their fur kind of wriggles on them as they do things.
His neighbors, not so fantastic.
Give it a minute.
This is August, Bunce, and Bean, three of the meanest, nastiest, ugliest farmers in his valley.
I want to.
What was that?
You see, like as he moves, there, like all his hair, like fucking moves, like here, like it all wriggles around. The reason being is animal fur is in fact very coarse, and it means it's almost impossible to pose the puppets and not disturb the fur. This was something they noticed. They're like, there's no way you can do it. That's why it looks kind of uncanny because it is real fur, but then without real proportions, and it kind of looks a bit odd. But like it kind of leads to this like Wes was so insistent on having it, so it kind of creates this style of film where like the fur's always moving. I think it's really interesting.
They're digging us out. But they're about to discover.
Oh, Foxy. Is help on the way?
He's one fox.
I've got an idea.
You can't outfox.
Mole, what do you got?
I can see in the dark.
We can use that. Rabbit, I'm fast. Badger.
Demolitions expert.
What? Since when? Here, put these bandit hats on.
I don't have a bandit, but I'm
That was odd.
this tube sock. We look good. Yeah.
Looks great. I also think Wes Anderson is a really funny director. I have not been to the cinema in such a long time and like had such laugh out loud moments as when I went to watch Asteroid City. Asteroid City got so many laugh out loud moments out of the crowd when I went to see it.
32 months, what the frick?
Like,
Anyways,
thank you for the
I hope
32
my
months.
movie gets picked. Love
Thank you
you,
very
big
much.
man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the 32. Fucking hell, that's such a long time. But like, FNAF in the 1990s. It has 80s vibes, I feel like. I don't know why. Not 80s. 70s. 70s vibes, I feel like. But when I went to Asteroid City, everyone but me in the theater hated it. Asteroid City was a great film. I don't feel like I got it. My exact review on Letterboxd was what did I say? I feel like this really sums up that film. I just put, I didn't fully get it, but I'm not sure I was supposed to. And I really got the vibe of Asteroid City. One, it was fucking hilarious. Like, it was really funny. There was so many good laugh out loud moments. Like, when the alien first gets revealed, and he just kind of awkwardly, like, shuffles away. Like, it's just great. But like, that movie didn't feel like it had an explicit plot or purpose. Then that also felt like that was the point. Because I'm spoiling it a little bit here, but like I don't think you can spoil this movie, because I think the experience of watching it is way more paramount than the actual plot, and I think that's supposed to be the point. Again, I'm gonna get into this. Yeah, my letterbox is Thunder 1408, by the way. Whenever I want something to be slightly private, I just stick with Thunder 1408. But with Asteroid City, we'll get back to Fantastic Mr. Fox in a minute, but I want to speak about this for a bit. With Asteroid City. There was, so the way it went is that it kind of follows, it's very confusing. So it's a movie where a narrator that's played by Bryan Cranston, shout out Breaking Bad, where Bryan Cranston plays like this narrator in a sort of TV studio who's putting on a show that is about the production of a show, right? So it's like a show and a show and a show that we're watching, okay? So Bryan Cranston is this narrator that is like hosting this show, which is a production about a show being made. This is all done in black and white. It then cuts to color sometimes, and that is us watching the show that they are making in the show about making a show. Are we following? So, the show in the show basically tells the story of a dad of a family whose mother's recently died, and he takes them to this place, Asteroid City, for a science fair, and then an alien comes, and then they get put on lockdown, but then they get released. There isn't really, like, that's just kind of the plot, and he has a love interest. But then there's sort of a story of the actors, and it's kind of telling us of their inner drama and their relationships, and, you know, there was kind of like, you know, all that. But then an alien doesn't come. He doesn't jizz. There's not alien goo. He shows up, and he comes down, he picks up an asteroid from the Asteroid City, and then he goes, and then he leaves. But anyway. So there's a bit in the black and white section where the actor who plays the lead in the colored section basically, he goes to the director and he goes, I'm not sure I get it. And he's like, what? And he's like, I don't get what the play is about. And he's like, you don't have to. Just keep performing. And I felt like that was the most important scene in the film to explain its purpose of, there isn't really an explicit purpose to this film. It is just a narrative to string together a bunch of scenes that are fun and entertaining to watch and look cool. It didn't feel like there was a purpose or a message other than art doesn't necessarily need a message. That's what I gathered. That was what I took away. And I bought a book. Wes released a book that I haven't read in full that was basically released before the movie. And it was basically talking about his inspirations for the movie. And I read the sort of first few pages one day, and I haven't picked it back up since. But I took away something really important from those first few pages about the film that I found very interesting. And he describes Asteroid City as being more like a poem than a story. And I thought that was really interesting. Because poems, like, a poem does have a narrative, but it doesn't, like, linguistically always flow correctly. And sometimes you can't always work out what a poem's about. You get ideas and you get themes, but you don't always necessarily know what a poem is about. And I felt like that was what that movie was. It was like a visual poem. president of Yap Nation. You right, you tune into it. Fuck you. You tune it. That I wasn't supposed to deafen you as a part. That was harsh. Fuck you. You fucking came to a stream where you asked me to talk about films, right? So I spoke about films. A poem is set on experience, exactly. And that's what Asteroid City felt like. I thought, you know what, it isn't a perfect film. I didn't think it was a perfect film. I thought it was a really... I don't think I've ever seen a film like it. That is so set on just dragging you through an experience rather than telling a story so much. Like, there is a story. You can follow it. I think it's kind of a boring story. Nothing really happens. But the what you go through to witness it is great. I really like it. And I also, I think genuinely, you kind of read it, he's like, yeah... He's like, I really want to make a film with an alien. I really want to make a Western film. I really want to make a film about making films. So I just kind of made a film about all three. That's kind of how he says it. He's like, yeah, I kind of couldn't string them all together. I didn't know what to write. And then I kind of realized I didn't really have to. And I could just kind of do it because I can. And I was like, that's cool. That's a really cool thing. I thought that was cool. And then it looked really sick throughout. The coloring was lovely. And the actors were amazing, all of them. And it was funny. And the music and the score was great. I really, really like... I fucking love Wes Anderson. I think he's underappreciated because sometimes his stuff is simple. But it's the beauty of the simplicity. I don't think it's lazy simple. I think it's intentionally and very... I think it's like very, very intentionally and thought out simple. And I think that's cool. And I think he's cool. I think it's like my favorite TV show ever is Joe Pera Talks With You. And I think that is a show that is fundamentally really fucking simple. I think it's possibly one of the simplest shows ever. I also think it's one of the greatest shows of all time. And I wish one day I could create a piece of media even remotely comparable to the artistry that is that show. And I really, like, you know, I haven't really ever... Because I've spoken to Joe a few times.
Not to be an art student on Maine again.
It's fine.
Last semester we had a whole project on having no intention as the intention for a non-linear story. I think Asteroid City is a good example of that. I think comparing it to a poem makes a lot of sense.
When Wes compared it to a poem in the book, or at least that's what I gathered that he was saying, the book's almost as confusing. Because the book is written like a transcript of a conversation. Like the book is, two people are talking. It's like him and it's like it reads like a written down podcast. It's like him and another guy are talking about his film, but it's written down, which sometimes is a bit weird to read because you lose a little bit in tone. Where can I submit my favorite movie? I just liked it, man. What movie are you talking about? I was talking about Asteroid City. But then I started talking about Joe Pera Talks With You. I think it's the best show ever. Like, without a shadow of a doubt. I think it's the best show ever for me. Ooh, I've got hiccups. Whew. But yeah, no, absolutely, I really, 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 really like that show. I want to speak to Joe a lot about that show and his sort of thoughts and feelings behind it because I think it's beautiful. I think it's a beautiful show. But anyway, let's move on to another movie, shall I? I feel like I spent long enough on Fantastic Mr. Fox. We didn't even finish the trailer. Oh wait, no. Robbo sent me a video I really do want to watch before we move on, and then we'll move on. Robbo sent me a video I want to watch. We won't finish watching the trailer. We probably won't watch this whole video. But this is apparently what they did is they shot like reference scenes with the actors before they animated them when they were recording the voice lines. And I have never seen these, and I would like to see them really quickly for Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Good job, Ash. Remember to keep your tail tucked. Woo! Woohoo! Look at that. This kid's a natural. I'm speechless, Christopherson.
I hit it slap in the middle. Do you get how incredible this is? Oh, now don't lose your heads now. Let's do this properly. First, everyone have a drink.
Just got out of major surgery, but can't stop that manifold grind.
Thank you so much for the 15. Even the 15 months. But yeah, I just find this fascinating that like they went on location to capture all the sounds. And Clooney's very animated when he does it.
Foxes traditionally like to court danger, hunt prey, outsmart predators, and I think that's what I'm actually good at. At the end of the day, I'm just...
We're wild animals.
Are you scared of wolves? Scared? No. I have a phobia of them. Well, I don't know about phobia. Why?
See what I mean? It's just fucking funny, man. It's funny. How did you never realize it was Clooney? How did you never realize it was Clooney? I really, really like... I feel like other people... I couldn't name... Other than Meryl Streep now, because I read it earlier. Like, I really couldn't name anyone from that film as to who plays who. But I feel like Clooney shines through Mr. Fox so fucking obviously. Sorry, I was very thirsty. Dude, Michael Cera? See, I didn't even fucking notice Michael Cera was in it. Who's Michael? Willem Dafoe as Rat? This is what I mean. I feel like I just lose everyone. How do you not recognize Michael Cera? Who does he play? Is he the fucking little boy? Is he the little boy now I think about it? Let me look at the cast. Oh, Michael Cera's Christopherson. No, he isn't, you fucking liar. You're just making shit up. You fucking liar, Robbo. It's Eric Chase Anderson. You just made that up completely. You're a liar. I was almost certain that I was like, I feel like I'd know. Ash is played by the guy who plays the lead in fucking Asteroid City. Not lead, the boy in... No, actually the lead. I'm a liar. In Asteroid City. Willem Dafoe is the rat, though, and I never noticed that. The cast's actually fucking crazy. Look at this cast. George Clooney's Mr. Fox. Bill Murray is the Badger. I think I knew that. Jason Schwartzman, I'm not too familiar with, but fucking loved him in the films I've seen him in. Owen Wilson as Coach Skip did not recognize. Willem Dafoe is the rat now, I've been told. Get it. Adrian Brody is Rick. I don't even know who that is. Anyone else that I recognize from here? I think at this point we're getting into people I don't really recognize too well, but fuck me. Wow. Really cool. Yeah, I was like, I'm almost certain Christopherson. I could see Ash as maybe being Michael Cera if I think back, because he's a little bit more like scatty, but like fucking Christopherson's like really proper. I feel like Michael Cera doesn't suit.
Stupid. I don't like needles. Where'd you come from again? How'd you get in the sidecar? I feel like I'm losing my mind. Did you bring the boy?
Good. Now do one with your fake echo.
All right. Did you bring the boy? Oi, oi.
That's funny. That's cool.
For the no, tell me about him line.
Yeah, it might be better if we actually have this.
What the fuck did he just do? What did he do that for?
Intrigued.
Tell me about him.
Oh, they really like... Okay, they based the animation off of his actual physicality. That's so interesting. But again, I really feel like you can tell it's George Clooney. Anyway. Oh no, he's hot. Not my words. Let's fucking talk about someone else's movie. I've probably almost... I think I've been on this film for nearly 30 minutes. I spoke about that so much. I apologize. I have so... You get me on a movie I'm passionate about, I'm gonna talk about it. No one hit me with one I had real passion for yet. Oh, we'll go back in. We're back into like things I don't know too well now. All right? We're back into things I don't know as well. Let's see. What's a good one? Oh, sure. It's one worth ranking. It's one definitely worth ranking. You've all probably seen it. I saw it. Came out last year. It was fucking good. It was a good film. It was probably like maybe the best film of the year. I'd probably say it was. Barbie was a fucking great film. Barbie was an excellent film. I'm gonna say it. Barbie was such a good movie. I'd heard it was good, but like superseded my expectations tenfold. Just such a good movie. I ranked both I ranked it on Letterboxd 4.5 stars, but I was like this close to giving it the 5. Like so Oppenheimer, I was so certain in my 4.5. I actually almost gave it a 4, but I thought that was harsh. But I gave it a 4.5 because there was a couple of moments that I was like, like there was I'm gonna say it because I think this is gonna get me crucified because I think it's a great song. Do not mistake that I think this song is amazing. The Charlie XCX song on the soundtrack, Speed Drive, great song, excellent song. I do not believe it was used very well in the film. I didn't really like. I didn't think it was used well. It was a great song. I was like, oh no, I didn't. I can see people agreeing with me in the chat as well. I don't know. It was used in that chase sequence, and like I didn't mind that sequence. I thought it was funny, but it really, really did feel like, it really, really did feel like, I don't know, like big pop song that's obviously gonna do well on TikTok in like a corny little chase sequence. Like I feel like the movie obviously has its silly moments, absolutely, but that one, something didn't sit right with me about it. There was something. And there was a couple others as well, but I can't remember them off the top of my head. There was something, there was one of the messages. There was something, one of the points they were trying to make. I felt they kind of like made a counterpoint against themselves in this really odd way, and I can't remember what it was now. I could have told you right after I watched the film, but like it had a great message and it made some really good points, and then occasionally it'd make a point and then sometimes do something that felt like went against its own point, and I was like,
Jack, have you watched the FNAF movie yet?
No, I haven't. I won't be. I haven't seen it, and I'm sorry. Jack, can you eat the mic? Sure. Oh. That thing is covered in cat hairs. I'm feeling deep regret. I'm feeling really deep regret. This was an S tier film, though. It is an S tier film. It was like I'd still say it was probably the best film last year that I saw. Don't clip that. Please don't clip that. Shit's girthy too. There's going to be people out there that really, some people would consider that impressive. Sorry, I don't know why I've said that at all. Let's move on, shall we? Let's talk about a different film. Barbie was a great movie, though. Really, really good. Ooh! Good pick. Good pick. Very, very good pick. DreamWorks classic from... They didn't put the year. What year was this movie? What year was that movie? Actually, 2010. I remember this one coming out. I remember watching it when it did come out. I remember, in fact, really enjoying this film. DreamWorks... can anyone guess? DreamWorks 2010, great film. I've seen it in chat once. Why did the moderator delete me for asking when my fat penis would be ranked? I wonder why. So many people saying Shrek. You're wrong. Shrek came out in 2001, you div. How to Train Your Dragon. Which, that's how old it was. It's in the era where they would put 3D in the title. Because 3D was such a marketing point. How to Train Your Dragon, 3D. What a classic film. What a classic. Like, genuinely really, really good kids movie. I'm not sure. I'm like, a lot of people are saying S, and I'm like, it's close. It's either A or S for sure. I remember, I really can't name a fault. Like, it felt emotional. I really can't think of the music. I don't even remember the music. The soundtrack is godly. Everyone seems to remember the soundtrack. I do. Let me put up some music from the How to Train Your Dragon soundtrack. Because I do not remember that at all. How to Train Your Dragon soundtrack. Because I watched the second one as well. And I remember the second one being good. Have all the films been good? I like, because I remember the second one was honestly pretty good as well. But, like, there was one that came out not that long ago. Was that one good too? There's 3. Are they all pretty good? I cried at the second one. The second one was emotional. That was genuinely, like, good. New series sucks. Yeah, there was a TV series as well, which I remember being okay. So this is the soundtrack. Is there any... Oh, sure. No, okay, I do know it. I do know it. I know this. This is a very good song. I tell you what, you know what? DreamWorks really did early 2000s into the 2010s. Fucking amazing movies from DreamWorks almost across the board. The only one I'm thinking of right now is like Monsters vs. Aliens wasn't like amazing, to be honest. I feel like Monsters vs. Aliens wasn't great. I remember it being like okay. DreamWorks. What was the last DreamWorks movie, in fact? Home 2015. Yeah, like, what have DreamWorks released? Let's have a look. Oh, okay. Movies from DreamWorks. Let's have a look. Okay, no, not on their website. Jeez. List of DreamWorks animation projects. Cool. First movie was Ants. I did not know that. It's a fucking horrible cover. I don't really remember Ants all that well. Prince of Egypt. Chicken Run was DreamWorks. Chicken Run's fucking great. I remember Chicken Run being really good. I have very fond memories of Chicken Run. Let's see. Chicken Run. Joseph King of Dreams? That is not... Oh, they were just big on the biblical thing for a while, huh? I didn't realize DreamWorks did like, 3D animation. You realize they did hand-drawn? Shrek 2001. Fucking classic. Shrek is great. Spirit. Oh, wow. Didn't know that was them. Never really watched it. I never really watched any of their 2D drawn movies. Shrek 2. I'm going to say it. I recall Shrek 2 being better than Shrek 1. I think I'm right. Like, I believe that Shrek 2 is, like, better than than Shrek 1. Like, Shrek 2, fucking way better villain. Like, introduction of some fucking great characters. Puss in Boots. Puss in Boots! You know, Shrek 2, fucking fantastic movie. Shark Tale. I remember Shark Tale being okay. It had the sexy fish in it. You know. Madagascar, what a film. Madagascar, the first one, is great. Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, great. Over the Hedge. I remember Over the Hedge being very good, but I haven't watched that since I was genuinely, like, 5 years old. I do not at all. Hans Zimmer did the fucking soundtrack for Shark Tale? That feels like a waste. I'm going to say it. Madagascar, I'm like, cool, classic. I do not see Shark Tale as being the classic that Madagascar is. That feels crazy. That feels crazy that Hans Zimmer did the fucking Shark Tale soundtrack with the sexy fish. What was the budget of that movie? 75 million. Jesus Christ. Over the Hedge. I do remember being great. Flushed Away. Already ranked in this list as being fucking great. Shrek the Third. Shrek started getting a little bit weak around Shrek the Third. I'm going to say it. B-Movie. Oh my God. Honey Just Got Funny. B-Movie's a classic. B-Movie is an absolute classic. I could have just done a DreamWorks ranking stream. Hans Zimmer did the fucking Interstellar soundtrack. I know. That's why the idea that he did Shark Tale is mad. Well, I want to listen to the Shark Tale soundtrack and see if he actually, like, if it's some of his good work too. B-Movie, what a fucking film. Kung Fu Panda. I'm going to say, I think out of all of DreamWorks films, Kung Fu Panda might be my favorite. I loved Kung Fu Panda as a kid, and I've been getting such an ever since they've announced the fourth, I've had such an urge to rewatch it. Kung Fu Panda is such a good film. Jack Black is just any film where Jack Black is the lead. I've not seen a bad one. I really haven't. Kung Fu Panda 2, I don't remember as well, you know, but I do remember, like, I remember it, but you know. Not as well. And I don't remember 3 at all. Didn't they copyright you, though? Did they? Oh, they did. Yeah, fuck. Forgot about that. Madagascar 2, Escape to Africa. I actually, you know what? I remember Madagascar actually holding up better than the fucking Shrek franchise. Like, I think Shrek 1 to 2 was like one of the best improvements. Like, it was so good. I think Madagascar 1 to 2 isn't that improvement. I think Madagascar 2 is good, though. Madagascar 3, I remember being pretty good, too. Like, Escape, what was it? Escape to Europe? Something about Europe? I remember Madagascar 3 being pretty good. Monsters vs. Aliens. I do not remember Monsters vs. Aliens being that good, though. Hans Zimmer did... What do you mean? What do you mean Hans Zimmer and will.i.am made I like them big, I like them chunky? What do you mean Hans Zimmer had a part to play in that? I thought that was just
On a similar note to the Hans Zimmer thing, did you know that Lucasfilms made the movie Strange Magic? That's my favorite bizarre movie fact.
I don't know Strange Magic. Big and chunky. Please, is that really... Producer Hans Zimmer! This guy made the Interstellar soundtrack. One of the greatest film soundtracks of all time. Phenomenal. And he made this. No way! I refuse. I refuse to believe. Why do you know all the words? This was a meme. Basically anything that's been a meme, I know really well. OMG Motomoto, is that you? Oh yeah. I like 'em big. I do regret to say how much of this song I know. That is why wouldn't you know that exactly? Yeah, but yeah, fucking madness that. But Monsters vs. Aliens, I feel like was weaker. Like, I don't remember. Does anyone really remember Monsters vs. Aliens? Like, I remember the monsters fought the aliens.
8 months of Prime.
And the president was like a weird little character. Like, does anyone remember the fucking... Like, I feel like it was a mid-fest. Like, it just doesn't stick with me. Like, I feel like if it was a good movie, even if I watched it as a kid, I remember it. Like, I remember the plot. I do not for the life of me remember. There were monsters... And the monsters fought the aliens. And the president was odd. Yeah, the president played the piano to save the world or some shit. Yeah, exactly. Like, who remembers that shit? How to Train Your Dragon, fucking elite. Shrek Forever After. Shrek was getting rough at this point. Shrek the final chapter 3D. That's what I mean. Like, fuck off. That was getting rough. Megamind, however, was what a fucking comeback. Hans Zimmer back on the soundtrack. Megamind is possibly one of DreamWorks' greatest films. That is absolutely fact. Like, absolutely, Megamind is one of... I want to watch Megamind back so badly. I started watching it on the last tour.
Megamind is S tier OMG, it's the best.
Megamind, you know what? Let's bang that in S tier just because we have to. Let me just quickly grab this image and bang that in S tier. Like, while we're talking about these movies. Well, How to Train Your Dragon... I'm going to say, I think How to Train Your Dragon is a fucking great movie. I don't think it's like Megamind. Like, I don't think it's Shrek. I don't think it's Megamind. I don't think it's Kung Fu Panda. But I think it's, like, almost there. Like, it's like, it's like they're, like, it's like A++, but I just don't feel like it's S. I'm going to say it. I don't think it has that legacy. Maybe I'm wrong. Because I remember, I couldn't pick a fault with the movie. Like, I genuinely, like,
just wanted to
it might be me.
For all the comfort streams that you do hard hands PH1.
But, like, absolutely Megamind's an S. I just don't see How to Train Your Dragon as being the same as Fantastic Mr. Fox, Barbie, and Megamind. But I do remember it being, like, an elite film. Like, I'm not saying it's bad. But I just know. Have you watched Bottoms? I haven't watched Bottoms, no. But, like, you know, I don't see it there. Like, that's not where it is in my head. Anyway, Kung Fu Panda 2, it was pretty good, I remember. Puss in Boots, the first one, I don't remember anything about. Madagascar, Europe's Most Wanted, I remember actually being quite fun. I remember enjoying it. Rise of the Guardians. Hi, girl. What's up? You need what? Oh, you need pads. Cotton pads, sorry. Sorry, no. I mean, and it's okay to have periods and have pads. I want to stress that.
The exact same thing at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
But, do you want to show everyone your Udi? It's a lovely Udi. It's not quite your Minecraft one that you had on the other day. Let me...
Look how giant this one is. I think mine's bigger than Jack's. I think you've got a kid's one.
Well, you ordered it, eh? You got me the kids' Udi.
Not intentionally.
That's good of you. Look at her. Isn't she beautiful? Even in the Looney Tunes Udi. It's great.
Oh, guys, we're filming a video together soon.
We are filming it. Not for my channel, though. For yours. For your channel. I thought we could do a sequel.
Channel, we're not going to, like, sit and tell her.
No. But we will be doing something similar this Saturday as part of the 24-hour stream. Ellen and Neil will be making an appearance on the charity 24-hour stream.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, just chat. Oh my god. Really? You're doing this? I told them a secret. And they're outing me in the chat. When I was a kid, had a bit of a crush on the female rat from Flushed Away.
Rat? Oh,
was it a rat or a mouse? I think they're rats, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I was saying...
I get that.
But I was saying...
But I thought you were going to say say the rabbit that
Oh.
everyone fancies from Zootopia?
No, I'm not a furry.
So
I'm
then
not
when you
weird.
said rat.
No.
But no, I do get it.
But
Rita.
yeah, Rita. Look.
Oh.
You have ginger hair, and so did she. So I said, really, it's just fate.
So true.
It was projection of my very young self. But I also I did quite like the female car from Cars, Sally. I think as a kid, I was very easily. I think I had strong empathy.
That doesn't even have
Had beautiful eyes. No.
head.
No, I think what it was as a kid, I had deep empathy for the main character, and I think their love interest became mine. I think I just was very easily influenced by the film, being like, "This is the love interest." I'm like, "Of course." Yeah. Well, I'm on it. I get it. But no, it didn't always work. But I also, to go with the ginger theory, Jessie from Toy Story.
Okay, yeah, sure.
She was great.
Yeah.
So maybe all along, I was looking for you. I just didn't know.
You were looking for me and everyone else.
In all the films. I don't really know where you were in Sally from Cars, but I'm sure I can work it out. Sure I can really sit and think. But anyway.
Who are all my old crushes? I know there's some.
Yeah.
Think of them.
Oh, I've got to come up with them. All right. No, sorry.
You
ever watch a Jason Statham film?
No.
He's bald and from my area. He's from Shirebrook, which is like 10-minute drive from Mansfield.
It's crazy.
Yeah. They have the biggest Sports Direct there.
Oh.
And Jason Statham. I mean, they're really...
amazing.
Yeah, innit? Jimmy Beast, he's not bald. Oh, he did shave his head once. Because I gave him advice on a thumbnail once. Because he did a thumbnail where he had his shaved head in it. I went, Jimmy, no one recognises you with the shaved head. You've got to put your hair back on. And he did when the video came out. I thought, Jimmy knew. Dan TDM, he's currently shaved his head. Don't say Caillou, he's like 3 or something. Yeah, I'll hold you so you don't fall. We're ranking people's favourite films. I was going through DreamWorks. I was saying DreamWorks actually have a really good
Jack, have you heard of the
track
game
record.
Roulette?
I played it
Yeah,
I played it on stream yesterday. Thank you for the 19 months, but I literally played that yesterday's stream. But I'm going through like DreamWorks' like all their movies. I was like, you know what? Up until like the 2010s, they had a fucking elite run. They made great films.
And wait until he was born.
Monsters vs. Aliens.
That's a horrendous donation. We need to ban that individual immediately. That is awful. I don't even want to repeat that. You can read that yourself. That is terrible. That was like genuinely, I think you're a criminal. I think that's what that means. Yeah. Look, I mean, like Flushed Away is one of them, but like Shrek 2, fucking Chicken Run, Over the Hedge, Flushed Away, B-Movie, Kung Fu Panda, all the Madagascar films, How to Train Your Dragon. No, yeah, there was Monsters vs. Aliens was a bit mid.
No!
It was a bit mid.
No, you know what?
What happened?
You didn't hear me because you got a donation at the same time, but that was the first one I saw, and I went, "Oh, Monsters vs. Aliens."
Really,
in that list, that's the one that I got the most gassed about. I loved that one.
I really, really like. It's not bad.
I used to love Monsters vs. Aliens. They did like a Halloween episode, and I used to have it on a DVD.
Well, are you talking about the TV show, the film? Because they did. I think they did a.
They done a
film.
They've done a spin-off film.
Right, but what was the plot? Yeah, but this is the thing. If it was all the really good ones, I remember the story. Like Kung Fu Panda, I could tell you start to finish. It was such a good story. It's like their best film, I think.
I probably couldn't tell you the story of half of the things I've ever watched.
I am asking the wrong person. Eleanor Neal has no memory.
I have the memory of a little sieve.
But Puss in Boots... Oh, no, not that one. That Puss in Boots was like... Rise of the Guardians is one I remember. I remember watching that one, but like, was that good? How was Rise of the Guardians? Does anyone really remember it? I thought it was all right. I remember it being okay. Like it was like Santa, Jack Frost, the Easter Bunny, the Sandman, and the Tooth Fairy. Turbo was with the snail. I could have swore that was Pixar. I had no idea that was DreamWorks. That looks so Pixar. That's crazy.
I want to see this. I didn't even
Turbo.
know this was a thing.
He's a fast snail.
That looks great.
The Croods was good. Croods was elite. Croods was a movie. Good fucking movie. Mr. Peabody and Sherman, I remember being mid as fuck. Turbo was unironically hilarious. No, but Mr. Peabody.
Which?
Pardon?
Which one's which?
Which one do you think is Mr. Peabody? He's a little boy. He's not called Mr. Peabody. He's Sherman. Mr. Peabody is the dog in the tie.
Right.
Obviously.
But I thought... Okay, yeah, no, sure.
I remember, like, fucking with Mr. Peabody, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it was a mid-movie. Penguins of Madagascar, elite, great film.
Oh,
How to Train Your Dragon, that whole series was really good.
is the white dragon in the first one?
That's the third one. That's the newest.
Damn. That white dragon's so cute.
Home, I remember being a bit mid, to be honest. I don't really remember it too well. Yeah, you see, now we're getting mid.
Oh, banger.
I'm sorry, Boss Baby was a good meme. Realistically, not the best film.
What was Home?
It was Sheldon Cooper was a little purple alien.
Was it Sheldon?
It was the guy who voiced Sheldon. And it was, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Captain Underpants, never watched the film. Loved the books, though, growing up.
Oh, yeah.
2019.
I think they look like Saturn and Pluto. I've been obsessed with Toothless since the dawn of time. I've never seen the movie, obviously.
Have you never seen the film?
Naturally.
It's a really good film. We should watch the film. How to Train Your Dragon is genuinely very good.
I don't watch films.
Yeah, but you don't watch anything. But recently, I've convinced Ellen Neal to start watching The Boys with me, and give you a review.
My lunch money on these bits. I hope this sacrifice is
Sorry, you've been
good.
talked
Folded
over.
hands, folded hands, folded hands, folded hands.
Oh, thank you for the 100 bits. But you really like Starlight, don't you?
Sorry, guys, I got a cough at the moment.
My friend named his Black Tesla after Toothless. You have a Toothless plush because you reckon
I have
it looks
so
like
many.
it looks like your cat from home.
Yeah,
looks like Pepper.
Yeah.
So that's why you have a bunch of Toothless stuff.
Yeah. And I've
and-
never seen the movie.
And then, what the fuck is Spirit Untamed?
Oh
they,
my
they
god,
made
banger.
a sequel to Spirit in 2021. Who heard about this? Feels like it should have been bigger news.
What's Abominable? Abominable?
Oh, I watched that. I don't really.
That looks cute.
I think it was pretty mid. I don't remember it.
Trolls World.
I feel like both the Trolls movies were pretty mid. Apparently they made a sequel. Yeah, apparently they made a sequel. The Boss Baby. They made. Oh, that was a TV show, not a movie, right?
Oh.
Wait, it was a film? What? They made a Boss Baby sequel? Hit that button there for me, please. Yeah, thank you. Put a little bit of music back on.
Trolls band together a tier at the lowest.
Was Trolls good? I didn't see Trolls. I just assumed it was bad, I'll be honest. The bad guys did not look that promising. I remember seeing the trailer and being like, okay. Oh, they made it. Oh, Trolls Band Together is the newest one. That's the newest one. Oh, Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken, I saw flying about. Was that any good? That also didn't intrigue me. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I tried to go watch in the cinema. We tried to go watch, remember?
Oh my god.
And the fucking screening was cancelled because they had a problem with the screen. And Tom and Molly went to go at the same time, so we went on a double date instead.
Yeah, the weirdest thing. We didn't know that.
We didn't know. We didn't plan on going together. We just both got to the cinema. We got there first. No, but they were outside, weren't they? They were sat outside.
We got that first, and we were waiting inside,
And then they showed
Molly
up.
walked in.
And then Molly walked in, and we were like, "Bad news, guys. No film." And they were like, "What?" And we're like, "Film's not on." So we went and had dinner instead.
Yeah, we were all.
But
all out
apparently,
for steak.
that looked incredible. Like that film looked like a real 4.5, 5-star. Like it looked so good. But I didn't get a chance to see it because it went out of cinemas right before I got to watch it. I need to buy it, watch it on TV or something. Actually, you know what? No, we need to go to the cinema. Is what we need to do.
Sure thing. I'm gonna leave anyway.
Yeah, you weren't even. You came to grab pads and that was all. Not period pads though. The periods are fine.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
You can have periods.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyway, bye guys.
Welcome. You're allowed to have periods. Everyone is. I just want that to be clear. Robbo, you can't in chat. Hey, let me zoom the camera back in. I don't like that you could just about make out the top of the monitor. You know what I've not done though, chat? I haven't ranked anything in a while. I genuinely just not ranked a film in fucking ages. This is like the most bare tier list. I'm just really enjoying talking about films. I just love films, and talking about them I find way more interesting than I just have so much to say. Oh, great pick. Great fucking pick. This is a good one. This is a great pick. Off the kids' movies here, onto something a bit more fucking proper. Something a little bit more weighty. We'll do top of the hour afterwards, don't worry. Whiplash! Whiplash was such a good film. I loved Whiplash. I really, really liked it. I really liked it. My only thing is, like, I don't know why. And maybe I didn't feel satisfied by the conclusion. It felt short and I don't know what, I didn't feel like everything was tied off, but maybe that was just me at the time I watched it. I feel like because I think the whole point of the ending is that you're not satisfied, right? Because he achieves his goal, but at what cost is sort of the vibe. But, like, it's kind of like, you know, I think, you know, so much goes wrong for him. And then the movie kind of ends before any of it's resolved. But then part of me's like, I think that's the intent. I think the intent is that, yeah, he achieves his goal, but look at all that he lost along the way. And the ending sequence is great. I feel like what it left me with. But I feel like maybe it's an intentional feeling, and I'm kind of judging it for what it meant for me. So I feel like it's an S-tier film. I can't complain. I really can't. I want to rewatch it though. I feel like I didn't quite get what I should have done out of it the first time. I don't think I went in expecting what I got. I don't know. It's a good movie though. I think it was intentional to show he doesn't really win anything. Yeah, you know what it is? I think it's because, you know what it was? I wanted to see him after the performance. Like, I wanted to see the aftermath of that performance so badly, but we didn't get it. But I feel like leaving us with the aftermath to kind of go, what do you think happened? Is kind of cool. You know? I think that was maybe a better option, honestly, than what I was hoping. I think it's just like, there would have been a catharsis in seeing that, but like, you know. Whiplash is great, though. I want to do one more before we run the top of the hour ad, because someone mentioned it. Wheatskins, thank you very much. Wheatskins.
Hey Jack, what's your favorite film?
My favorite film is Shutter Island. Shutter Island is a great film. But Wheatskins has suggested we rank this film, which is a very good film. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And I'm going to say it. I fucking love this film. Incredible. Incredible. Incredible fucking... Wheatskins, is he a VIP in this chat? He should be, if not. Incredible fucking movie. Like, the soundtrack, just the songs that came out of it are really good. Really good soundtrack. Really good acting. Very funny. I like the vibe of it. I like the visuals. I really can't fault it on anything but one thing. And that one thing that I will fault Scott Pilgrim versus the World on is I feel like they should have given Scott Pilgrim a little bit more shit on being a pedo. I'm going to say it. I feel like he got off scot-free on being a pedo. I'm just going to say it, man. He was just a straight he's just a straight pedophile. And everyone just kind of like lets it slide. And like I appreciate that the movie like never glorifies it. It doesn't ever glorify it. But like no one gives him shit. No one gives him shit at all. Like I feel like one of his boys should have been like, Scott, you're weird as hell. You know that? Like, at least, at the minimum. I mean, realistically, that boy should have been serving jail time. But, like, you know, all right, let's say that's, doesn't his sister tell him off? Yeah, but, like, not even in, like, they really don't, not enough. They more just give him shit for, like, leading her on. Anna Kendrick gave a little stick. Yeah, I feel like they just don't give him enough shit. They got Kieran Culkin to be like a snarky, mean gay guy, and he doesn't bully him at all. Yeah, I don't know, man. Someone should have like been a little meaner to Scott Pilgrim. It's an S tier movie, but I'm gonna give it an A for the lack of calling Scott Pilgrim out and being a bit of a pedo. I think that's reasonable. I'm gonna deduct a point. I feel like there's a necessary pedo tax. We're hitting him with it's like phantom tax, but I absolutely cannot say pedo tax. It's like phantom tax. That's gonna get clipped out. I've decided we're gonna let's just never use the term pedo tax again. Oh god. Oh god. All right, yo guys. I think this calls for it. We are going to we're going to run the top of the hour ad to get me out of this awkward situation. You know what it is. That's right, guys. Did you know that I run a minute-long ad at the top of the hour every hour on this stream? Now, I did miss the top of the hour this time by 30 minutes because I was too busy yammering. But that's fine because I'm going to reward you guys because of my incompetence. This time, instead of getting to watch 60 seconds of ads, you will, because it's been 90 minutes, be able to watch 90 minutes of ads. I know, I'm a saint. That's right, we're going to run a 90-second long ad because you guys deserve it. Now, of course, watching the ad is more than enough. That supports the stream more than you would know. You generate money for me, and I really do appreciate it. But if you would like to support the stream better, watch no ads. Never inconvenience yourself with them, which they're going to be a big inconvenience during the 24-hour charity live stream. I'm going to tell you that now. All right? I'm going to tell you that now. So please. I've just remembered I'm not going to run ads because it's a charity stream. I'm not going to run ads. So I've actually got something different we're going to do at the top of the hour every hour. So actually, but still, like, auto run ads are going to run on the 24-hour stream. There's nothing I can do about that. So you're still going to be skipping a lot of ads because it's going to be 24 hours. Point is, if you want to sub for the low price of $4.99 or for free by checking you have a Prime by clicking subscribe right now and checking if the Prime option is available. If you want to do either of those things, then you can do. It's greatly appreciated as it generates a lot more revenue for me, and it's really, really the best way of supporting the stream. You get custom emotes, a custom role on the Discord server, as well as my undying respect. No ads, as mentioned. And there's going to be a lot of hours of stream this month. So, this month having ads free, it's a pretty good deal. Plus, I'm going away on tour for the next 2 months. And as much as I'd appreciate you subbing while I'm away, just to support me while I'm on the road, I realize you're not going to be getting much content. Streams are going to be few and far between while I'm on the road. It's going to be hard to stream just because of the internet connectivity and stuff. I've got at least one big one planned. So, you know, you won't go for like fucking... It's like 8 weeks. You're not going for 8 weeks without a stream. I promise you. But it's not going to be many streams. So, bear that in mind. Either way, I'm going to run the ad. See you all in 90 seconds. We might put on the fruit for the primers. If you want to see some fruit, if you want to see some really cool fruit, you should subscribe as well. See you all in 90 seconds. Will I play Poppy Playtime Chapter 3? On Thursday. See you all then. How long is the weekend stream again? 24 hours, starting 9 p.m. February 3rd, ending 9 p.m. February 4th. Let's watch this fruit. Baby, sensory. Vai de os. The totally fruit and veggie stream. Oh, we got some tomatoes on here. How are we doing, by the way, chat? How are we feeling? How are we feeling? I'd like to know if you're all doing well. It's not running. Yes, it is. Unless you're in Europe, in which case they don't run if you're European. So if you're subbed or European, hi. Tomato. We are slaying. I often think that I slay in ways, yeah. Good. How about you, Sir Bald Man? I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. Bromato. Thanks. Jack, you've slain some things. Oh, tomorrow. Guys, get them prepared. I'm going to put out a form tomorrow asking for your guys' first ever YouTube videos. So get them ready for me. It's not for a stream, though. For something else, but I need your first ever YouTube videos. I need links to them. So get them ready. I want to see your first ever YouTube videos that you made when you were fucking young. I don't care. I want to see them. Welcome back from the ads. Thank you for watching 90 seconds. I just said this to the subs, but I'll tell you guys as well. For tomorrow, I'm going to be putting out a tweet early tomorrow. I'm going to be asking for links to your first ever YouTube videos. I'm not explaining why yet. What about first TikToks if we don't have YouTube videos? That's fine. I'm okay with that. I prefer YouTube, but sure, send TikToks as well if you don't have YouTube. That's fine. Oh. Ada Beckman. I totally read your name as I'm about to cut, but my fault. We've only done like 5 videos. Actually, I think you'll find you're talking about movies, and we've done more than that. I'm getting through them quicker now. I've done 10, which isn't awful for a stream, but I probably should do more. But welcome back. Let's go on with the films, shall we? Let's go on with the films. What else have we got in here? Oh, good film. This was a good film. I don't think it was, but I think this might... hang on. That's why. The Imitation Game.
Jack, I just saw your Instagram story. Why do you look like that?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how I did that one today. I'll be honest, I don't know how I pulled that face today. Quickly before we rank the film. I pulled a really, like, the most kind of scary face I've ever pulled. I really don't know how I did it. I usually could, I really, like, kind of that, but, like, it was even worse. It was very, I'll try and find it. The Imitation Game was a good movie, though. I don't know if it was, like, an S tier at all. I wouldn't say it was for me. I feel like it was because I knew the story about Alan Turing, though, so I feel like I was like, I found everything a bit predictable because obviously I just knew his life. Finster's got his cock out on Instagram. I didn't expect that. Sorry. He's covering it, but still, I noticed how he wasn't wearing it. Sorry, it was very... yeah, I don't know how I made that face. Am I doing it again? I don't like that one of my eyes closed. I don't know. I mean, no, talk about canthal tilt. Yeah, they reckon canthal tilt makes you more attractive, but I don't think I look better like this. And my canthal tilt is hella positive in this picture. You know? But yeah, I really don't know how I make my eyes. It's the eyes. I don't know. Anyway, Imitation Game. Let's rank it, shall we? The Imitation Game. The Imitation Game. I do remember being a good film. I don't really remember it being an A tier. An S tier. I don't even really... Like, for me, it's a B. I watched it. I enjoyed it. I can appreciate it was good. With some good fucking movies. Some good actors. I really don't feel like I cared for it. I don't feel like I cared for it particularly. I couldn't tell you why. Top of the hour music is on. Thank you for reminding me. I really couldn't tell you, like, I don't remember having, like, an issue with it. I just don't remember really caring about the film all that much. Like, it kept me perfectly engaged, you know? Hey guys, what's Finster's Instagram handle? You're sick in the head. You're sick in the head. You need help. Elliot, thank you for the raid, by the way. Welcome, everybody. Follow if you're new. We're ranking people's favorite films. Like, I feel like I'm like all the awards it won makes me go like maybe it was a better film that I don't remember the Imitation Game. What's Letterboxd say about this film? What's it rated at? Generally, because like I just remember it being like a perfect like yeah, it's a good film, and that was it. Like I'm not writing home about it. Like, there was nothing particularly, like... Yeah, like, I'm seeing, like, 3.8 stars. Like, I kind of get that... Like, you know what it is? It's a good story that was well acted, but did it have great cinematography? Did it have great music? Is it a hugely crazy... Like, did it have anything that really inspired me? No. It's just an interesting story, but I knew the story, so I think it's a B tier. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But I just think it lacked any artistry, really. I think that's what it is. It's just not a life-changing film. It's just fine. It's a good way of learning about... If you don't know the story of Alan Turing, I think it's an interesting film. Apparently, there's some historical inaccuracies. I can't pick them out. Apparently, it was a bit insulting to his personality as well. I don't really know enough about the real Turing. I just know the rough story of, like, you know, he was kind of like... He was, being gay was illegal at the time. It was the 1930s into the 40s. It was late 30s, early. It was World War II. And being gay was illegal at the time. And he was like, he had basically, it's this sort of like crazy story of like this guy, Alan Turing, sort of, he cracks the Enigma code, which was a code that the Nazis used to encrypt all their messages. And essentially, it is what won us the war. Being able to decrypt sort of, you know, the Nazi sort of like communication. And he did so in a way where they never found out, was what won us the war, right? Really. Like, there's other things. But then, he's gay, right? And then he basically gets found being gay. And they're like, Alan Turing, you're gay. We're going to arrest you for being gay. And they put it in the papers and they're like, famous man is gay. And, they, you know, it's really, they're all really fucking horrible to him. And they basically, they chemically castrate him and force him to take magnesium, I want to say. Because they reckon they can cure him. So he gets chemically castrated and he's forced to take magnesium. And he kind of just becomes a recluse. And like, he doesn't really see anyone. And he kind of dedicates himself. Like, it's really sad. He dedicates himself to his work and he just kind of becomes this awful, like, he basically, like, he's so attached to the work he does that he throws away his, like, humanity. Not humanity, it's the wrong word. Absolutely wrong word. But, like, not humanity in that sense, but, like, he kind of, like, accepts. He didn't have much of a choice to accept it, but, like, he's kind of forced to throw away, like, a part of himself. He gets, like, chemically castrated and is forced to, like, basically forcefully convert from being gay. And, yeah, he, like, and then, because he just doesn't want his work taken from him. He just doesn't want he doesn't want to lose the ability to continue to work on the things he loves, is essentially it. And then, as is the case in real life, it's believed he commits suicide. It's not 100%. I had a friend in school who had an alternate theory. Who you know, he believed he hadn't killed himself. Apparently, Alan Turing was sometimes particularly careless in his science experiments, and he believed, although the carelessness was caused by potentially depression, he never intended on killing himself and had just been. I think he cyanide poisoned himself, but a friend of mine from school seemed to reckon he'd made the cyanide as a byproduct of an experiment he was doing, had been careless and accidentally poisoned himself rather than intentionally having killed himself. But some believed he'd injected an apple with cyanide and eaten it. But yeah, it's widely believed that he killed himself. I remember very distinctly. He was like the smartest guy I knew was the thing. He went to Oxford. He fucking very, very intelligent guy, and he had this theory that he hadn't killed himself. And I always wondered. I know. I think just off of his, I had such respect for him that I give it merit, but I don't know how much merit there is to it. Yeah, I watched a performance where he ate an apple and died. That's the accepted sort of thing. He had this idea that he hadn't done that. This friend of mine, who I'm calling here, I completely forget that they transitioned. They're now female. She. Sorry. I haven't met them since... I keep saying them, she. I haven't met her since she transitioned. I have not seen her again since she transitioned, but I saw her socials the other day and she's transitioned. I always forget that because I haven't seen her. So I remember her as how I remember her. But there we are. Correcting myself there. Who? No one you guys would know. Like a friend of mine from school. But like, I'm just like, oh! Completely forgot. Completely forgot that she transitioned. But yeah, anyway. On to the next film. I remember, that was the thing. That was the thing. The one thing I remember when I found out she transitioned, I always had an argument. I'd have gay friends who like, gay people can't do maths. Apparently that's like a stereotype. Gay people can't do maths. And whenever I had gay friends that were bad at maths, they'd be like, gay people can't do maths. It's not my fault. But prior to her transition, she was a gay guy that was great at maths. Incredible at maths. The best person at maths I ever knew. And I used to be like, I have this one friend, he's gay, and he is fucking great at maths. And then she transitioned, and I was like, shit! I now know no gay men that can do maths! I was like, fuck, she was a woman all along! She was fucking in disguise! I didn't know! It was just terrible. It was like, I was so happy for her, and then like, I was like, fuck! You fucking ruined my argument, though. So there we go. Never mind. I'm gay, I'm very good at mathematics. Thank you. You can be my new argument, Infant Annihilator 69. Great. I'm not sure I want you to be now. Oh. But yeah. Oh. I haven't seen her since. I will. If I see her again, I'm telling her that. I'm like, you were my one fucking argument back in the day when people used to say gay people aren't great at maths. I'm like, you've done me in, but I'm very happy for you. Incredibly proud. But my name is so based, it is very funny, Infant Annihilator 69. Anyway, on to the next movie. Sorry, I just remembered that. I always made me laugh. Ooh, great film. You know what, no one's really submitted any bad ones apart from White Chicks. White Chicks doesn't deserve an F. But I will say it. That fucking chewing toenails scene from the trailer was not on. This movie, however, this movie terrified me as a kid. I was so scared of Coraline. So scared of Coraline. However, Coraline is a great film. Coraline's a great film. Like, beautiful animation, really cool story, like, really well animated throughout. Like, I really do like Coraline. Really do like that movie. I really can't think of anything wrong with it. Honestly. Like, I think I've got to bang it in it. I really couldn't, like, give it a fault off the top of my head. Like, this is the thing. I'm sure if I watched it, like, I haven't watched it since I was younger. And I'm sure if I sat down and really, like, really watched it, there'd probably be something wrong. But I don't remember any faults. It was really well animated. It was a cool story. I liked it. Like, sorry, I don't know if you. I got a little boo boo on my elbow, but the plaster's coming off. Oh!
Jack,
Pull up my hairs! My hairs!
Newcastle, but the Jack Manifold grind doesn't.
Oh my god, did you see what happened to James Marriott's bus in fucking Newcastle? Hang on, wait, before we carry on talking about Coraline, have you guys fucking seen this? Sorry, my hairs. Pull off my hairs. I'm not gonna take one of the plaster. That one was just to secure the other one in place. Because I got a little boo-boo, a little scritch. I scritched myself, I got a little boo-boo. Do you guys see what they did to James Marriott's fucking tour bus? Shit is not okay. Oh, sorry, it's making me do one of those puzzle verifications. Look what they did to my boy. Look what they did to him. This ain't right. I'm gonna say it now. This ain't right. This ain't right what they did. Look at this. The people of Newcastle, you can't fucking trust them.
Guys, so as you know, we had to cancel a few shows, but I'm back here tonight, and I heard overnight that the wonderful, wonderful people of Newcastle left me, you know, a little message, so thank you guys so much. I've heard this is a great sign of respect from your people, and we can't wait to perform tonight. I mean, you know, my own friend from Newcastle, Will, did a similar thing to my phone. No, my phone's a dead. Brother!
Not worse than it?
Yes! So I just want to let you all know that I'm feeling the love.
Yeah!
Thank you.
They just fucking, like, stoned his bus. It's just fucking awful, man. That's his house for a bit. That's where he lives currently. I've done a tour before. I know how this shit works. You live on that. It's his house. Also, how's the driver supposed to fucking drive? That's definitely not road safe. Police are pulling him over for that. So, yeah, not ideal. Someone tried to break onto the bus. I don't think I ever told Tom this, because I think this would have freaked him out. But someone tried to break onto it woke me up. Someone tried to break onto our bus. No, they didn't. I thought they were. Sorry, I thought they were trying to break onto the bus when we were on tour, but they didn't. They tried to, apparently this is the thing that I didn't know. Apparently, because tour buses, so, again, you learn about the world, right? There's a lot of outdoor, like, so tour buses have to have big batteries in them to power all their electricals, because they have, like, plugs and shit that you can plug in. Yes, Philzer is from Newcastle. This is the sort of shit people like him do, but anyway, so you obviously, like, you could charge your phone and you can charge your laptop. There's like power outlets on the bus, but that obviously means that the bus has to have a big fat fucking battery in it that powers the power outlets, right? So every night when you park up at the venue, you charge the bus, and there's like these big power cables that they plug into these big outlets, and they plug into the bus and charge the bus. Cool. Turns out these cables aren't very cheap, and people like stealing them to sell them. We learned. So, in the middle of the night, we hear some, like, rattling around a bus and some giggling. Oh, what the fuck? Wakes me up. Then I hear one of the tour guys, shout out Ben. Shout out Ben from Tour. We fucking love Ben from Tour. Ben was the GOAT. I hear Ben basically run outside and go, fuck off! He was very just, like, to the point about getting rid of these people. He just kind of told them, fuck off. And bear in mind, by the way, I'm going to tell you which city it was in. It was in Nottingham, which is the city me, Tommy, and Freddie are from. So we have no one to blame but our own people. But either way, we have no one to blame but our own fucking people. Just our own city was the city that fucking tried to rob us, so you can't even be pissed off. But yeah, they tried to steal our power cables. But I was so worried. I thought they were trying to break onto the bus. Because what they were trying to do was, like, I think they maybe had tried to open and steal the luggage off the bus as well. Because I heard a handle go. But I thought it was them trying to break onto the bus. And I was very, like, worried. No, I think I knew that they were trying to get to the luggage. But I was worried because I was like, I'm in this bus in my pants. Because I was trying to sleep and I sleep in my pants. I was like, I don't really want to run outside in my pants and try and fight off three fucking rapscallions trying to steal my luggage. So I was not happy. Anyway, Coraline. It's probably an S tier film, I would say. I can't think of anything like, I can't really think of anything other to rank it. Like, A would be the only one that I think would be reasonable, but I don't see why it isn't deserving of S. It's a good film. It's a fucking great film. It is a great film. There's really, like, nothing, I can't think of anything. Let's see. Someone actually put Megamind on the list. That's great. We've already ranked it. Ooh. This is a good one. This is one of my favorite films I've watched. It's a very, very good film. This is Taika Waititi's... Actually, he stars in it. Does he direct it as well? I forget whether he directed this film or not. What We Do in the Shadows. Now, it did have a TV show, which I hear is also pretty good. I haven't watched it all. But What We Do in the Shadows is a fucking good film. It is really, really funny. Like, it's this mockumentary about 3 vampires. Oh, no, 4. 4 vampires that live together. It's just really funny. and it just follows along really well. The story's funny. It doesn't feel believable because they're vampires, but like I feel like it's believably. Wasn't that a TV show? There is a TV show, but it was originally a film. The show is much better. You're wrong. I've not seen the whole show, but I've seen enough of the show to know the film was definitely better. The show is good. Don't get me wrong, but I was way more the show's too Americanized. I felt it felt like it had been a little bit Americanized, and this is like very like Aussie. Oh no, it's New Zealand, isn't it? But like that sort of I preferred the humor. But this is really good. I don't know if it's quite any of the S tier films. I think these are all like legendary, iconic. But this is one of my favorite comedies. Like this is one of my favorite comedies ever. It could be S, but it might be A. I'm kind of sitting with it. I feel like it's an A. An A. Let's go for A. I feel like it just doesn't quite have that legacy status that is like any of the films above, But it's fucking good. It's a good film. It's a very good film. I really like it. I really, really like it. If you haven't seen it, definitely give it a watch. It's one of my favorite comedies of all time. By far. Like, really, really good. Really, really good fucking film. Let's see. Oh, sure. This is an easy one. Let's give me a quick one. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I've been told to rewatch this because I think this movie is better than Across the Spider-Verse. Apparently, that's a controversial opinion. I think this isn't as well animated, but I think it has a better soundtrack. I think emotionally, I was way more compelled by the story. I do think the story's weaker, and it's. I think Into's better. I think Across has some real good moments. I think the Spot is a much better villain. I think Spot's a great villain. I think this is a better movie. It's just not as well animated. I think the animation is fucking like it's not far. Not much difference between the two, but I think like it's slightly better in the second movie. But I think Spot's gearing to be like a fucking amazing villain, but I just don't like the two-parter nature. Like I don't like the two-parter nature of Across. Like I feel like Across really suffers from the fact that as a standalone film, it has amazing moments, but it just isn't. What's the story of that fucking film? It's just set up the movie. It's set up with some great moments and some great animation, but it's set up the movie. And the soundtrack isn't as good either. Like this is an S tier film. I put Across at an A. But this is an S. S tier film. Probably the best Spider-Man film ever made.
In such little time.
There can never be too much. Valid opinions. Top of the hour. I'm not going to run top of the hour this soon after doing the last one. It was like, it's not even been fucking 30 minutes since the last one. It's not even been 30 minutes. I'll spare you guys on this one. I'll spare you guys on this top of the hour. But yeah, it's a good film. It's a very good film. Is Across worth watching? Oh, absolutely. Please, please, please don't think I'm shitting on Across. I think people overhyped it. I think a lot of people argued it was better than that one. I don't think it is at all. I don't think it is in the slightest. But it's still a great movie. Like, really, really, like, you really can't fucking, Transformers. The first Michael Bay Transformers. Now, I do sometimes see a bit of praise for this film. And I feel like it was fun. When, like, none of the others were out and this wasn't overdone to shit. And it was the first time we'd seen, like it was relatively good CGI for the time. It was so cool seeing, like, Transformers brought to life. But, like, it's a Michael Bay film. And I don't think I've ever seen a Michael Bay film that's above, like, it's fun. And this was like that. It was fun. I was a bit scared of Megatron as a kid. He's fucking scary. Like, he's got those evil teeth and stuff. Like... I actually really liked TMNT Michael Bay. I remember quite enjoying it when I watched it. And I know it's really badly reviewed, but I need to watch it again. Had amazing CG even for the time. Oh, yeah, no. The CGI for this movie, for the time especially, bear in mind it's fucking 2007. Immense. Were any of the performances particularly great? Not that I remember. Do I really remember the plot? Not at all. I remember there was the Allspark. And Optimus Prime absorbs it at the end to stop Megatron getting it and, like, kind of dies. I do kind of remember it. That's it, though. Like, I feel like it's a C film. It's like, it's good. It's fine. It's okay. It's not as good as Paul or the fucking Imitation Game. But it isn't terrible. I'd never say this was a bad movie. I'd say it has some bad moments. You know. Arguably, like, the treatment of Megan Fox by Michael Bay is always something I call into question. But it's alright. It's alright. It's fine. Optimus' ending speech goes hard with Linkin Park. Yeah, the ending's good. I remember. The fact that I remember the ending means it's obviously all right. And I watched that movie young, like less than 10. I remember it being rated a 12 and watching it and being like, I'm being naughty. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's sort of like how young I was when I watched it. So I have no sort of qualm with, you know, like, putting it there. Ooh! Here's an interesting one. Deadpool 2. Deadpool 2. I have very fond memories of this film. I really enjoyed Deadpool 2. I went to watch the... Ooh, which one did I see in cinemas? When did that release? 2018. When did Deadpool 1 release? ...2016. Okay, I went to watch Deadpool 2 in cinemas with my friends the day I finished my GCSEs. I did my final physics exam. I fucking nailed it. I never felt so good about an exam in my life. I left. It was a beautiful sunny day. I went to the cinema, watched Deadpool 2, loved it. Went back to my friend's house and we chilled in his hot tub. He'd just got in a hot tub at the time. It was great. And you know what? I seem to remember Deadpool 2 being better than Deadpool 1. I really, like, I don't think this is a perfect film. I think it's a little bit, like, is it a bit silly? Does it tell a great story? No. I feel like the first one, though, was not fucking amazing. I'd say, I think, I'm gonna rank them both. And it's been a while since I've seen them, so maybe I'm completely wrong about this. But in my head, if I was to rank them, I would do Deadpool 2 as an A? Is that too much? No, I love it. I love seeing Deadpool brought to life. Deadpool's such a sick character. I think it's an A. Like, I enjoyed it. I'm giving it bonus points because I do just like it. Like, I don't think it's necessarily maybe at place with all these films. I think it's probably the worst of all these films in A. But I would then say the first one is a B. I remember not being all that impressed by the first one in a way that I was by the second. I really liked the second. I really liked the premise. Like, I thought, I know I felt I got attached to the story. I really didn't feel like I cared for the first as much. I feel like most people prefer the first one. But I just don't really remember it that well. Like, what? Like, He gets turned into Deadpool. His girlfriend gets kidnapped. He goes and gets her back. And it's funny on the way. Where I kind of liked, like, he started a family, but then his girlfriend gets fucking killed. So, it feels like all hope is lost, and he regains hope in trying to help. Like, I don't know. I preferred it. Backstory was the only good part. Yeah, they did the backstory well. But then I feel like the arc of his girlfriend's kidnapped, he wants to go get her, was just really... I lost interest. I didn't care. Where I feel... I love the beginning of him becoming Deadpool. Maybe that's what it is. I feel like maybe... like, the beginning is what is really good. And I agree. I think the beginning of Deadpool 1 is the best of all the Deadpool films. But, like, I don't know. Like, that isn't Deadpool. You know? Like, the beginning and then right after he becomes Deadpool and you sort of get that little montage of him being Deadpool is cool. The girlfriend gets kidnapped and I lost interest. I feel like the latter half of the film is lackluster. I don't know. But I feel like 2 kept me interested throughout. I don't know. It's all Deadpool. No, he's not Deadpool for the... He's, like, not Deadpool properly for the start, you know? Like, he doesn't have all his mutant powers and shit. Maybe I also prefer 2 because of the... I had such a good day. It was a great day. The day I watched Deadpool 2 was such a good day. But, like, I've watched it back. Like, I feel like I've watched them both back, and I still prefer 2. No one else could be Deadpool, though. You're absolutely right. Ryan Reynolds is the perfect cast. I'm sticking with it. I think Deadpool 2 is a better movie. I wonder what, like, across the board is that... I don't think people agree with me across the board. I'm going to, like, letterbox it and have a look. I think across the board, that's a controversial take. Deadpool. Deadpool. 3 stars, sort of like 3.7 on average. From people I follow, averaging 3. Apart from I Hate Everything, who put it at 1. Oh, no! Yeah, no. I Hate Everything ranked Deadpool 2 a lot higher. He put that 2.5. And then most people say the same. Yeah, okay, but on the site, it's ranked worse. It's 3.5 average. I always find that I tend to agree with I Hate Everything. Maybe I'm a pessimist too. But, like, yeah, no. I did really prefer Deadpool 2. I like that there's people out there that do as well. Like, I'm glad that I Hate Everything preferred it as well. I'm glad that it isn't just me. You know? Ooh, he did not rate Rebel Moon. Anyway, sorry. I was just reading his review. He's choosing them and adding some of his own. Yes, I am. I am choosing them from the list. I'm kind of just avoiding anything I'm not too familiar with. Ooh! Here's another where I preferred the sequel, but I watched them so long ago that maybe this is wrong. I'd be more willing to accept... I think I'm willing to stand by my Deadpool opinion, because I can justify it. I'm going on this on nothing but vibes. I preferred Ted 2. Why have I picked up the German cover? Let me find the English one. I preferred Ted 2 to Ted 1. I've also heard apparently the Ted series on Peacock is fucking great. I remember Ted 2 being better than Ted 1. I liked, like, the love arc. Like, I'm not the biggest Mark Wahlberg fan, but, like, you know, I don't remember the plot of Ted 1. I don't remember what happens in fucking Ted 1. He dies at the end. I remember he gets ripped in half. But I don't remember it. But I remember Ted 2. I remember they go on a little road trip and he has like a little girlfriend. They go to Comic-Con at one point. I just remember preferring Ted 2. Maybe I'm fucking stupid. But like, Robbo is not happy with me. Alerts for bits on, they should be. Zedery, thank you for the prime, by the way. Thunder Song. Was the Thunder Song from Ted 1 or Ted 2? That might have been Ted 1, actually. That was a good bit. Is Ted worth the watch? I remember both of the Teds being pretty alright. Oh, the average rating is like 2.9 stars. That's rough. And then Ted 2. Everyone, it looks roughly the same. And I hate everything took 1.5 star. Ted 2 is rated slightly worse on Letterboxd. But it's like really isn't much in it, to be honest. It's really not very much at all. Ted 1 is a story about a guy growing up and learning how to change, with his best friend metaphorically being a teddy bear from when he was younger. Thing is, so like I watched Ted 1 around when it came out. I was 10. I really want you to know that I was 10 when Ted 1 came out. And I probably watched it at that age. I was 13 when Ted 2 came out. So there is probably a little bit like I understood it more. I'm not going to rank Ted 1 because I feel like I don't remember it enough. Yeah, the fact that it says Thunder Buddies for Life means, but maybe I should watch Ted 1 again. I feel like Ted 2, it's probably a C tier film, let's be honest though. I feel like Ted is worth a watch. I feel like Ted is funny. It's not fucking Paul or Deadpool. Ted 2 is Ted 1 probably deserves B. I've been skewed. I remember enjoying it more, but like Robbo's message is like brought memories back. I'm like, maybe you're right, I need to rewatch Ted. Apparently the TV show is pretty good. I've been hearing good things. I've not watched it. I've been hearing good things. And apparently the CGI on Ted is incredible. But yeah, it's like it goes back to when they were kids. Yeah, and the rating is like 3.8 stars, which is like a whole fucking star. I'm the #1 Ted fan. Really? I've heard that the Ted TV show is fucking good. I've actually heard good things. But let's move on. Let's rank something else. Good film. I like this film. 1999, a Heath Ledger classic. I really did like this movie. 10 Things I Hate About You. This was a cute movie. This was very sweet. I watched it when I was 18. I don't remember it too much. I don't remember much of the year I turned 18. My brain was a little bit fried. This whole streaming thing kicked off and it kind of fried my brain a little bit. So it was right after I joined the Dream SB and I had a big blow up and I feel like that whole period's a blur. But I remember watching this movie during then. I remember really enjoying it. I remember really, really enjoying this film. I don't think it's like an S tier film. I don't feel like it was that good. But I liked it. It was sweet. I really liked the characters. I feel like it's an A for me. From what I remember. That's a real film? Yeah, it's really cool. It's about this couple. It's just like an unlikely couple. But I liked it. I just liked it. I don't know. I don't know how to justify this A. I just feel it. I think it's an S. It wasn't that good. I think it was a perfect film, but I just thought it was a good one. I really liked it. The performances were great. I liked the idea of the story. I don't think it was your generic love story. I felt there was a bit of a thing. And then he got dumped and he fought Batman. Yeah, and a fucking elite film. You know what? I've heard a lot of people, I haven't watched it in years, so it's really hard to say, but I've heard a lot of people, and I wouldn't be shocked by this, say that The Dark Knight is not as good a film as people think, and it's purely carried by Heath Ledger's Joker performance. Like, it's those moments, of which there aren't that many, like, he really doesn't get that much screen time, are just so fucking huge. They take so much, like, the movie just feels so, like, those moments feel so grand that, like, you forget the rest of the movie is actually just like, yeah. I've heard that a lot. But I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked. But because I must admit, I don't remember nothing else about it, really. The Dark Knight is better than The Dark Knight Rises. Oh, God, yeah. But, like, I want to say maybe Batman Begins is the best of that trilogy. I think Batman Begins was great. Like, I remember that one really well. Where I remember, like, the Joker stealing The Dark Knight. But I don't really remember like it being as good as Batman Begins. I think Batman Begins is a better movie. I just think it just doesn't have that performance. Is it worth watching? Absolutely, it's a good film. It's a great film. I'm just saying, like, it's hailed as being such a fucking phenomenal film. And a lot of people are like, it's not, like, a masterpiece. It's good, though. I really remember liking Batman Begins. When they're making Batman goes to bed and gets a full night's sleep. They should really. Thoughts on the recent Joker film? I'm so hyped for Joker 2. I realize some people are going to hate it. And I'm not even a musical fan. I love the idea that it's a musical. I think that's so interesting. What a weird direction to take a film about the Joker. Like, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker was great. That was a great film. I loved it. I love, like, a character study of a character like that. Like, I love films like that. And Joaquin Phoenix is a great actor for films like that as well. But yeah, they're making a sequel in which Lady Gaga plays Harley Quinn, and it's a fucking musical. Joker, Folie à deux. That's the movie. I feel like the hype for this hasn't been, like, I feel like they announced it was a musical and the hype kind of died. But I'm like, that I really, really am fascinated by it. Let me find, there's like been a bit of a trailer, right? No, there hasn't been. There's been a. Oh no, there has been a trailer. I'm not sure I watched it, you know. Oh, because it was 6 days ago. That's fucking why. No wonder I haven't watched it yet. I've been away all week. But yeah, I've been so interested. No, that's fake. Wait, it is. Screen Culture. Oh, 66k views. Fan-made trailer. Fuck off. Fuck you. I've been mugged off. Yeah, no, they're all I think they're all fan-made as of now. There's a first look video that looks like it's from a bit more of a reputable source. But it's like a first look video. We can have a look, see what it's in this.
Stop laughing, you freak. This isn't funny.
Yeah, but the city's on fire because of what you did.
I know. Isn't it beautiful?
Is it just behind the scenes shots? They brought back the stairs. They brought back the Joker stairs, the classic stairs.
Whenever I hear Folie à deux, I just think of Fall Out Boy.
I really hope it's a good movie. I think it's a real, like... Because I didn't feel that Joker really wanted a sequel, to be honest. I feel like it just did so fucking well that, like, they've made a sequel. And I'm really, really worried that, like... I worried that it was going to be a cash grab. But then they said it was going to be a musical. I'm like, wait, that's so weird. That's so left of field. And so, to me, doesn't feel like what the audience that watched that film want. That maybe this is a passion thing. Or like, that it's given me a false hope. That, like, maybe it's going to be this, like, fucking masterpiece. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was like, oh, it's a cash grab. That's a shame. And then I was like, wait. It feels to me like is Todd Phillips doing this one as well? Is Todd Phillips again? Yeah, Todd Phillips is doing it again. I feel like Todd Phillips has basically been approached and been like, we want you to make another Joker. So he's done it his way. I don't really trust Todd Phillips, though.
I hope it's
I get
good.
that.
Like a musical could be good, but also I feel like that could be trash, ya know? I am so excited to see Barry Keoghan as the Joker across from Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, Barry Keoghan's Joker will be really interesting to see. I think it's a super interesting... yeah, I'm really intrigued as to what the Barry Keoghan Joker brings, to be honest with you. Very, very intrigued. But yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of, like, shots that are, like, Lady Gaga paralleling... Like, so many. Like, I keep seeing leaked shots from the movie, right? I keep seeing them. And, like, here it is, right?
Social media went crazy as Harley Quinn herself when images were leaked.
Right? Harley Quinn dancing on the stairs. Joker danced on the stairs in the first movie.
Joker 2
right?
is that...
Here she is dyeing her hair.
Fans from DC.
Like, you know what I mean? Just like the scene in Joker. This screenshot is the lift scene. where he's first put on the makeup, like in show. You know what I mean? Like I'm starting to see like a worrying amount of parallels where it's beginning to make me go like, you don't have to do all the, like, every iconic scene seems to be being redone, and I don't just want to see the same film again. You know? That's my thing. Like, that's, yeah, I just, but then, like, I don't see how it's going to be such a safe copy-paste when, like, you know, it's a musical, and Joaquin Phoenix is there in double, and, like, one of them's Arthur Fleck, and one of them's the Joker, and it's like, oh, it's weird. Maybe it's an obsession thing. Maybe that's a good arc to look at it through. Yeah, if it's like an obsession thing, I kind of fuck with it a bit more then. That could be a good way of, like... The hair dye's from a music video? Oh, thank God. Okay. Woo! There we are. Fine. Okay, I've been baited. That's fine. That makes me feel a lot better. Makes me feel a lot better. I love Joker. I watched Joker a few times. Joker was a good film. Really, really. I mean, I fucking... I've caught Eleanor's cough. Fuck me. Yeah, I'm very intrigued about it. When's this release date? It's this year. When's its release date? It's this year, but I've just repeated myself. October 4th, 2024 is the current expected release date. Okay. I still like Margot Robbie as Harley. She does a great job. But I understand why you wouldn't pick her for that film. The Margot Robbie Harley Quinn is a pre-established character. People will go in expecting what they've seen, and that isn't, you know, like, that isn't what this should be. Oh, there we are. Scooby-Doo 2002. Do happens in June. I have fond memories of this. And of course, Matthew Lillard. But was it good? Was it? Because again, this is another one where I remember the plot of the second one way better than... I don't really remember the plot of the first. I remember the second one. I think. No, wait, do I remember the first? Hold on. Scooby-Doo 2002. Let me read a little synopsis. See which one I remember. So I remember the one on the island. That was with Scrappy-Doo. That was the second one, right? I feel like I watched a video about it though. Plot. They figure out a ghost thing. They were trying to bring the gang break up. They're trying to bring them back together. Cool. I kind of half remember it. So I just skim read it. Yeah, everyone's saying S is like sugarcoating. This was not a great film. Second is the Museum of Monsters comes to life. I think that's Night at the Museum. Be at best. Yeah, I don't remember this being good. Like, even as a kid. I remember, like, I know I said I enjoyed it, and, like, I did, because it was Scooby-Doo. But I don't remember, like, I feel like even as a kid, you have an idea of quality. And I don't remember. This was the Spooky Island one. Yeah, I don't remember it being good. Everyone's saying the second one was better. And, like, it is interesting that I remember it more. But, like, I don't really... There's nothing going on in my head as to... But B or C, realistically, I think this could sit in D, man. To be honest. Like, to be honest, this could sit in D. And I don't think I'd be being harsh. I don't think I'd be being too harsh about that. To be honest. Like, it's fine, I guess, but it's not good. Like, I feel like like even Ted 2 and fucking Transformers are okay. Like, but like, I don't think this is good. I think I just liked it because it was Scooby-Doo. I don't think I could call it good and pull a straight face. I'm going with D. I'm going with D. I think I've got to. Someone just put Taylor Swift The Eras Tour. Why do you think I would have watched that? You sillies. You know, what was the most recent film that was submitted the whole stream? Oh, okay. Someone's just submitted this a bunch of times, but I'm going to do it. This is a good one. This is a good one. What was the obsession with making animated movies just have, like, completely white fucking, like, box arts just with 2 characters on them back in the day? Right? Like, we saw a few like this. But Monsters, Inc. Monsters, Inc. is one of Pixar's greatest. Pixar, like, it's one of Pixar's best. It's not Toy Story. No, it's not Toy Story 2. I think Toy Story 2 is better than Toy Story. It's not Toy Story 2. It's not far off, though. Toy Story 3 was also really good. Great Toy Story opinion. Yeah, Toy Story 2 is a fair bit better than Toy Story 1 as well. Even in terms of its animation quality, there's some fucking scary looking shit in Toy Story 1. Toy Story 2 was a big leap. Monsters University on top of them all, you are foolish. You are foolish. Do you know that? The Incredibles was also a great film. Monsters, Inc. Again, it was in that elite era of Pixar. It's so sad that we're in an era of Pixar now where you can't bank on it. I don't go to watch a lot of Pixar films. You used to be able, up until like very recently, like more recently than even DreamWorks. Like, let me look at like the Pixar movies. Pixar movies. I remember when I was in Tenerife with my family, me and my dad over lunch had this conversation. We went through every Pixar movie. Or maybe it was every Disney movie. I can't remember. And I'm like, it's so sad that Pixar no longer is like something you can bank on. It's like Toy Story, fucking elite. Bug's Life, great film. Toy Story 2, even better. Monsters, Inc., amazing. Finding Nemo, amazing. The Incredibles, amazing. Some people say Cars was their first, like, fumble. I fucking adored Cars as a kid. I was so obsessed with Cars. I haven't watched it as an adult, and some people have told me just to save my opinion that it is, like, a fucking golden film. But I have heard that, like, Cars doesn't hold up great. But I seem to remember Cars being pretty good. Like, it's about, like, a fucking, like, race that realizes, like, life isn't all about vanity, right? Like, I felt like I liked it. I don't know, like, it had some great music. I honestly, Ratatouille is, like, probably one of Pixar's best. Like, Ratatouille might be my favorite. No, WALL-E. WALL-E's got to be my favorite by far. Sorry, no, my brain slipped. WALL-E is my favorite by a fucking country mile. Up, I get why some people say Up, and Up, I think, maybe takes second spot for me. I think it goes like WALL-E, Up, then Ratatouille for me. Up is fucking great, but oh my god! Up is a very good film, don't get me wrong, but I love WALL-E so much. Like, I really, 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 really like that film. Toy Story 3. I watched it not that long ago for the first time. It took me years to see that film. It was pretty good. I liked it. It wasn't Toy Story 2. It was... I think some people really, really like it, and I get it, because there's that, it was very, like, you think the toy's gonna die and shit, but, like, I don't know, I never cared for it as much as I did Toy Story 2. Cars 2 is that, if I think Pixar hasn't had a flop up until then, I could say solidly that was their first flop. But it still wasn't, but it was a little bit. But yeah, you know, yeah, fair enough. Brave, I remember being pretty good. Monsters University was alright. Wasn't Monsters Inc. Inside Out was fucking good. I remember enjoying The Good Dinosaur. I remember enjoying Finding Dory. Cars 3, I actually didn't bother with. Can you believe after how much I loved Cars? It was 2017. I was 15 years old. I just didn't bother. Coco I never watched, but I heard was good. Incredibles 2 was actually pretty decent. Toy Story 4 I didn't bother with. Onward was apparently... I really liked the look of it, and then I heard it was a mid-fest. Like, I just heard mid across the board, and I was like, oh. But Coco I heard was good. Soul I heard was great. I didn't get around to it, though. But I heard it was great. Luca I didn't bother with, but I also heard good things about Luca. Turning Red I didn't hear anything particularly about, to be honest. Yeah, I heard Onward was not that good. I heard it was a bit mid. Soul I heard was good, though. Luca I heard was good. Turning Red, what's the consensus on that? I didn't watch Turning Red. I genuinely didn't even hear opinions. I genuinely don't know. Lightyear I heard not too great stuff about. Low-key mid, some people are saying. Thing is, I really liked the idea of Lightyear, right? Because when I was a kid, I watched a series called Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. Now, I don't know if it was not, as far as I could tell, a big show. At least not in the UK. I had it on DVD. I think potentially from America. I watched Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. It was from 2000. Right, let me find it. This was the DVD cover exactly as I remember it. Right? It's called Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. Right? I fucking loved Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. I remember it being good. I don't know 100% if it was, but I remember it being good. It was basically, instead of like him being a toy, it was like what the toy would be based off of. It was like, toys are usually not just toys. They're usually based off of some TV program or something. So it was like the TV program that Buzz Lightyear was supposed to be based off of. And it was like other little members of Star Command. And there was like this fucking little robot dude. He had like, these were like all the other members. It was like this dude, I thought he was the shit. His little fucking friend over here. Like, I just remember being good. But yeah, I remember Buzz Lightyear of Star Command being great. And he fights Zurg and shit. And, I just... Patrick Warburton is the voice of Buzz Lightyear, but then they did I think in the DVD, they got, fucking... What's his name? Who does his normal voice? I'm pulling a blank. Who does his normal voice? Tim Allen. I think they get Tim Allen to come back and do it for the DVD release. If I'm correct. But Patrick Warburton, the guy's like, hey, Peter, does it for the show, apparently. But I seem to remember him not sounding like that. But let me show you a little bit of it. Yeah, I seem to remember him sounding how he usually sounded. So,
is plotting to take over your television. Would you look at this reception? Lucky for you, I'll get there first.
Like, he reminded, who Zurg reminded me of a lot in this show? Eggman from the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon. Remember when he was Robotnik? He was like kind of part robot in that one. OMG, it's Kronk. Yeah, hey, it's me, Kronk. Poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison. That whole thing.
The evil Emperor Zurg is plotting to take over your television. Would you look at this reception?
I don't know why he reminds me of him so much, but he do.
I'll get there first.
Hit 'em hard and fast, team. Disney and Pixar proudly present Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, the TV series.
Buzz. To infinity and beyond.
Coming to Disney's One Saturday morning on ABC and weekdays and Sundays to Disney's 1-2.
Okay, it's no problem. Nobody saw that.
I remember his limbs coming off a lot. I really, really enjoyed that show. I do not know if it holds up at all. I one day do want to give it a watch to see if it does hold up. I really hope it does, because I remember having I remember like losing days to it as a kid. Like, we had it on DVD and I'd watch the whole... It was a long fucking DVD. I'd watch the whole thing. I'd sit down and watch the whole thing. like in a day. I just remember fucking loving it. Friday is not the 24-hour stream. Saturday is. I keep seeing this in chat. How has this mistake been made? I've been very clear. Yeah, Elemental was apparently shit, though. And Lightyear was apparently not great either. Like, Pixar... You know, I don't know. It's a shame you can't bank on them no more. They've not gone terrible yet. They're just... I heard very bad things about Elemental, though. Maybe it wasn't bad. Maybe it was just ungodly mid. But like even the marketing was just embarrassing from Pixar. Like I remember seeing, like they kind of like decided that fucking Crud or what was his name? The little dirt boy, Crud, something like that. His name was like Poop. What the stupid owl rock? Yeah, what was his fucking stupid little name? What was his name? Crud. Clod. That was it. Clod. But they decided that Clod would be like this breakout character. Shut. They decided that Claude would be like this breakout character that like everyone loved. So they faked a fucking piece of marketing after the movie release of like a whole theater of people when like because they marketed around him so heavily, and then when it came out, they like made this fake ad where like Claude comes on stream for the first time, and then everyone goes woo, and like they cheer, and like that didn't fucking happen. That wasn't real. You made this. No one gave a shit about Claude. Fucking shit. But you can let me find it. It's fucking embarrassing. Claude cheering theater. The theater when Claude finally shows up. It was a fucking like short made by Disney to like try and
hey,
fucking.
Jack, I hope you and Ellie are well.
Oh.
Chat too. I just wanted to say after years of being on that Jack Manifold grind,
yes,
I got accepted into college.
Yo!
I couldn't have
Sick.
done it without your random deranged screams in the background while I
You're more
studied
than
less
welcome.
than 3 cheer 100.
You're more than welcome. I'm glad. I'm really proud of you. Well done, man.
For the wedding. Hey.
That's a fucking stock sound effect! The zoom looks added in post! That, or they literally hired a cinema... I don't know if it's stock or whether they hired a cinema worth of people. The whole cinema is not erupting in cheers like that. That is not happening fucking anywhere. No one cares about Claude.
Anyway, June Bloom is coming, and you just got to be my date.
This is an actual ad made by Pixar, exactly.
Check it out.
Listen to it! It's so fucking fake! The marketing was pathetic. Like, it was embarrassing. Pixar knew that this was not...
For the wedding. Hey.
Like, it just... Oh, my God. It was like the most... I've never seen it. That scene's actually in the movie. I know, but the cheer isn't. Yeah, I just... Yeah, man. Like, it just... Yeah, the marketing was awful. Maybe the movie was okay. Maybe I was really... I think mainly my bad taste was about the marketing, but fuck me. Maybe actually, like... Jamie said, we never ranked Monsters, Inc. That was the whole reason we did this. Monsters, Inc. is an S tier. Sorry. I feel like I went on a big Pixar rant, but, like... It's an S tier fucking film. Monsters, Inc. is great. Monsters, Inc. is great. It's one of Pixar's best. I'd say it sits up there. Definitely sits up there. Claude had 3 minutes of screen time. Thank fuck. I fucking hate that little fucker. I'd fucking pummel him. I'd pummel him. I'd say I was about to pummel him into dirt, but that wouldn't make much of a difference, would it? Anyway. Guys! You know what? With that list, I think I'm going to call it here.